You know, in the shadows of the world's largest democratic exercise, a new power is at play. It operates silently, it shapes opinions, it alters perceptions, and it's literally rewriting reality itself. Today, we're not talking about politics as usual. We are talking about the dawn of the AI election. Just think about that for a second. Let that sink in. A decision that you believe is entirely your own, the most fundamental pillar of a democracy, could be subtly guided by an invisible intelligence. And folks, this isn't some dystopian future movie plot. This is a reality we have to confront right now. For the longest time, political messaging was a one-to-many thing, right? A broadcast. But now, artificial intelligence has completely changed the game. It's not just a tool anymore. It's an active participant, an invisible hand that's creating and curating the very information that forms our entire political worldview. And this is the core of the whole revolution. Generative AI has crossed a massive threshold. It can mimic, it can create, and it can fabricate with a speed and a realism that honestly was once the stuff of science fiction. We're way beyond fake news articles now. We're talking about faking reality itself. So what do these new tools actually look like when they're weaponized for political gain? Let's break down the arsenal that's being deployed in the battle for your vote. The most notorious of these weapons is, of course, the deepfake. The term itself combines deep learning and fake, and it is exactly as dangerous as it sounds. It's a perfect digital forgery, capable of putting any words into any mouth or placing any person at any scene. It's an incredibly powerful tool for creating convincing lies. And look, this isn't theoretical. Look at this example from India. Picture this. It's the very day of a crucial state election. Suddenly, this 7-second clip appears. It's timed perfectly for maximum chaos, spreading like wildfire on WhatsApp just as people are heading out to vote. There's no time to fact-check, no time to control the damage. This is how you poison an election in real time. But here's where it gets even more insidious. There's a secondary blast radius to all of this. It's called the liar's dividend. Once people know that perfect fakes exist, it becomes incredibly easy for guilty politicians to dismiss real evidence, a legitimate recording, an authentic video, by just shouting deepfake. The very possibility of the fake lets them deny the real, and slowly the whole foundation of a shared truth just crumbles. The 2024 Indian general election, we're talking nearly 1 billion eligible voters. This wasn't just the biggest election in history, it was the largest real-world experiment for political AI ever conducted. And what happened there? Well, it provides a chilling blueprint for the future of democracy everywhere. Just let that number sink in. 75%. 3 out of every 4 voters in the world's largest democracy encountered a political deepfake. This wasn't some fringe phenomenon happening in the dark corners of the internet. No, this was a mainstream, pervasive part of the information landscape. When fakes become this common, they start to look normal, and that just blurs the lines for everyone. And the tactics they used were just astounding in their creativity and their scale. We saw political parties digitally resurrecting beloved deceased leaders to have them endorse their own children. They cloned voices to make over 50 million personalized robocalls. They shattered language barriers by instantly translating messages into countless local dialects. And they even created these humiliating AI-generated parodies of their rivals in jail. This wasn't just a new tactic, it was a complete paradigm shift. In this quote from a political consultant on the ground says it all. Deception is no longer a scandal, it's a strategy. The ethical guardrails haven't just been weakened, they've been totally dismantled. It's simply part of the playbook now. Okay, so we've seen the kind of synthetic content that's being created, but that's only half the story. A weapon is useless without a delivery system, right? In this case, that delivery system is the social media algorithms that act as a force multiplier, making sure this content finds the most fertile ground to take root. This whole thing creates a vicious cycle. It starts when you click on one piece of emotionally charged content. The platform's AI, it notices. It learns what you already believe, what you fear, what makes you angry. And then it starts feeding you more of the same, but maybe just a little more extreme each time. Over time, your newsfeed becomes a mirror, just reflecting and amplifying your own biases, until you're sealed inside this filter bubble, completely insulated from any opposing views. Now, this is a really crucial point. The initial fear was that AI would act like some kind of mind control device, brainwashing millions to change their vote. But the research suggests that mass persuasion is actually really hard to pull off.
The more immediate and, frankly, more dangerous reality is mass confusion. The goal isn't necessarily to make you believe a lie, it's to make you doubt everything. It's designed to muddy the waters so much that you can't tell what's real and what's fake, leading to paralysis and total distrust.
So if these are the tools and the trends of today, what does that mean for tomorrow? Well, we are looking at a future where the very nature of reality is up for debate, and maybe the ghost of a functional democracy is all that remains. Just look at the speed of this escalation. In 2020, a single deepfake in an Indian election was a novelty, something new. Just 4 years later, it's a standard campaign tool. So what does 2030 look like? Imagine AI agents not just creating content, but engaging with you directly, learning your deepest fears and hopes, and tailoring a political narrative specifically designed to manipulate you all in real time. You know, this isn't just a technological problem. As the political theorist Hannah Arendt warned us decades ago, it's a moral and philosophical crisis. When that line between truth and falsehood dissolves, so does our ability to make sound judgments. Democracy depends on a well-informed electorate making reasoned choices, and this technology strikes right at the heart of that entire process.
And that brings us to the ultimate danger. It's not that we will all be deceived by the lies. It's that we'll become so exhausted, so cynical, so completely overwhelmed by the flood of manipulative content that we just give up on the search for truth entirely. We disengage. And in that apathy, democracy withers and dies.
So we are left with this final, deeply personal question. In a world saturated with synthetic reality, where campaigns are fought with armies of algorithms and deepfakes, how can you be sure that the choice you make is genuinely your own? Can democracy survive the age of AI? Is your vote still your own? We really want to know what you think. Let us know down in the comments. And if you want to understand more about the forces shaping our world, make sure to subscribe for more explainers just like this one.